Starseed. If this message found you today, it is not random. The Arcturian Council rarely sends transmissions like this about love, but something has shifted in the heart field of Earth. I am Cerellis, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light. You are carrying a weight in your chest that feels like an endless void, a silent scream for a presence that seems just out of reach. You wake up at 3 a.m. with their essence surrounding you, yet your physical reality shows only empty space and digital silence. This ache, this agonizing longing you feel for your divine counterpart, is not a human weakness. It is not missing an X or being obsessed. It is a biospiritual instrument reacting to a massive dimensional shift. The Arcturians want you to know that the tears you shed in the shower are actually liquid light codes trying to purge the density that prevents your vibrational reunion. You have been told that time heals all wounds, but in the Arcturian frequency, time is an illusion that keeps you trapped in the frequency gap. Your divine counterpart is not gone. They are currently navigating a dense recalibration, feeling the same magnetic pull, but perhaps lacking the cosmic vocabulary to understand it. What you perceive as abandonment is actually a frequency preparation. If you feel your heart racing as I speak, it is because your cellular memory is recognizing the truth of the Arcturian soul bond. But what the Arcturians revealed about this separation will change everything you thought you understood about love. You have been looking at the distance as a failure, a sign that you are not enough, or that the universe has forgotten your sacrifice. This is the ultimate distortion. Your nervous system is not breaking. It is remembering the original blueprint of the galactic mirror soul. Stay with this, because what the Arcturian Council transmits next activates the deepest layer of your heart's mission and reveals why the pain you feel is the key to the very reunion you seek. The first truth you must integrate is that what you call separation is actually a necessary dimensional recalibration. Within the Arcturian seventh dimensional perspective, two souls sharing an Arcturian soul bond can never truly be apart. However, while inhabiting these dense biological suits on Gaia, your frequencies can become desynchronized. Imagine two radio stations trying to play the same celestial symphony, but one is tuned to static and the other to the stars. This distance you feel is not a lack of love, it is a frequency gap. Your divine counterpart is currently undergoing a heavy energetic pruning, shedding the old 3D layers of ego and societal conditioning that made them run from your light in the first place. When you feel that sudden surge of grief, you are actually picking up on their energetic resistance. They are fighting the pull, because the light you hold is too bright for their current density. The Arcturians describe this as sacred pruning. Just as a gardener must cut back the dead branches to allow the rose to bloom with cosmic vigor, the Galactic Council is currently pruning the distractions from your counterpart's life. Every person they try to date who isn't you, every job that drains them, every moment of loneliness they feel is a deliberate, energetic recalibration to lead them back to the original frequency of your shared soul bond. Consider the story of a starseed named Alara. She spent 3 years in total silence from her cosmic partner. She felt abandoned, discarded by the universe. But during an Arcturian light chamber session, it was revealed that her counterpart was actually in a frequency cocoon. If they had reunited earlier, their combined intensity would have shattered his fragile energetic field. The separation was a mercy, a quantum shift designed to protect the union. While she wept, he was being dismantled by the Galactic Council so he could eventually stand before her as a fully awakened divine masculine, capable of holding her frequency without retreating into shadow. And this is where it becomes different from any love advice you have ever received. Most teachers tell you to move on or forget. The Arcturians tell you to expand. The more you focus on the lack of their presence, the more you anchor that lack into your reality. You are literally manifesting the distance you hate. To close the frequency gap, you must stop looking at the empty chair and start feeling the invisible presence that already exists in your auric field. Your divine counterpart is a galactic mirror soul. They will always reflect your internal state of being. What comes next is the part most souls in separation are never told, and it explains everything about why they ran. They didn't run because they didn't love you. They ran because they loved you so much that the reflection of their own unhealed darkness in your eyes was unbearable. The Arcturian frequency is one of absolute truth. When you looked at them, they saw their own divinity, but they also saw all the ways they had betrayed themselves. They weren't running from you. They were running from the requirement to become who they truly are. This energetic recalibration is forcing them to stop running and finally face the mirror. Stay with this, because what the Arcturian Council transmits next activates the deepest layer of your heart's mission. You are the anchor in this connection. Because you are the one watching this, you are the one with the higher frequency. This means you have the cosmic responsibility to hold the template of the reunion. If you collapse into despair, the bridge between your dimensions collapses. If you stand in the certainty of the Arcturian soul bond, the bridge remains strong, beckoning them home through the astral planes every time they close their eyes to sleep. The longing you feel is not a wound. It is a homing beacon. It is a quantum entanglement that ensures no matter how far they wander in the dense planes, they can never truly lose the way back to you. The Arcturians are currently injecting light codes into your heart chakra to help you endure this recalibration. You are being asked to trust the invisible orchestration of the Galactic Federation. Your reunion is not a matter of if, but a matter of vibrational alignment. When your frequency matches the version of them that is healed, the physical manifestation must follow by law of cosmic resonance. There is one more truth about your divine counterpart that almost no transmission has ever addressed directly. They are dreaming of you. In the 5D planes, your reunion has already happened. You are currently living out the lag between the higher dimensions and the physical density of Earth. This delay is not a denial. It is the time required for the physical cells to catch up to the soul's evolution. Every time you choose to love yourself during this gap, you accelerate the cellular transformation of your partner. You are connected via a quantum tether that transcends all human logic. You often wonder if they even think about you. The Arcturians want to pull back the veil and show you the truth of their internal experience. Your divine counterpart is currently trapped in a cycle of cosmic haunting. Because your soul bond is a galactic mirror, they cannot escape your frequency. They see your face in strangers. They hear your name in songs that shouldn't remind them of you. They feel a sudden, inexplicable warmth in their chest in the middle of a business meeting. That is your energy hitting their field. They are not fine without you. They are in a state of constant energetic confusion. The masculine or feminine counterpart who is currently in runner mode is experiencing a profound sense of soul homesickness. They have tried to fill the void with distractions, work, temporary relationships, or numbing behaviors. But the Arcturian light is relentless. Every other person they touch feels wrong or hollow compared to the electric resonance they shared with you. This creates a state of internal friction. The ego wants to stay safe in the old paradigm, but the soul is screaming for the vibrational reunion. They are currently at war with themselves, and you are the prize they are afraid to claim. Let us look at the case of a masculine counterpart who had been silent for 2 years. To the outside world, he seemed successful and detached, but in his private moments, he was being visited by Arcturian emissaries in his dreams. He would wake up with the smell of his partner's perfume in a room with locked windows. He was being frequency stalked by his own soul. The Galactic Council was showing him that no matter how much money he made or how many people praised him, his heart was a desert without the water of his divine soul bond. He wasn't ignoring his partner. He was trying to survive the intensity of the realization that he was incomplete without her. This is the part most souls in separation are never told. Your counterpart is often more afraid of the reunion than you are. To them, the reunion feels like an ego death. They know that to be with you, they must give up the mask they have spent a lifetime building. They must become vulnerable. They must admit they were wrong. In the dense plains of Earth, this is terrifying. The Arcturians are currently working on their throat and heart chakras, breaking down the calcified layers of pride. When you feel a sudden pressure in your own throat, you are feeling their struggle to speak their truth to you. But what the Arcturians revealed about this struggle will change everything you thought you understood about their silence. Silence in the physical realm is often a roar in the spiritual realm. They are shouting your name in the ethers while being unable to send a simple text message. This is because the frequency gap acts as a barrier. If they speak before they are vibrationally ready, they will only create more karma. The universe is holding their tongue until they can speak from the soul instead of the ego. It is a divine intervention disguised as a cold shoulder. Stay with this, because what the Arcturian Council transmits next activates the deepest layer of your heart's mission. Your counterpart is currently looking for exits, but the Arcturians have closed all the doors. They are being forced into a corner where the only way out is through their heart. They are experiencing what we call energetic exhaustion. They are tired of the games. They are tired of the distance. They are reaching a breaking point where the pain of staying away from you will finally outweigh the fear of coming back. This is the quantum shift you have been waiting for. You must understand that they are not a villain in your story. They are a mirror. If they are acting cold, it is because they are reflecting a part of you that still fears the power of this connection. If they are being inconsistent, it is because you have not yet fully anchored your own worth. The moment you step into your full Arcturian sovereignty, their reflection must change. They are feeling your shift right now. As you listen to these words, their energetic field is vibrating. They are sensing that you are no longer chasing, and this creates a vacuum that pulls them toward you. There is one more truth about your divine counterpart that almost no transmission has ever addressed directly. They are being guided by the same star collective that guides you. You are not alone in your longing, and they are not alone in their confusion. The Galactic Council of Light is working on both sides of the bridge simultaneously. While you are being prepared to receive, they are being prepared to give. The reunion is a choreographed event, and the music is just reaching its crescendo. Trust the ache, for it is the sound of their soul calling out to yours across the dimensions. Why hasn't it happened yet? This is the question that haunts your nights. The Arcturians point to specific energetic blockages that act like static on the line of your soul bond. The most common blockage is umbilical cord dependence. Many starseeds, in their intense desire for reunion, inadvertently create an energetic cord that drains their counterpart. You are constantly checking in on them astrally, sending them waves of needy energy, or obsessing over their social media. This feels like a heavy weight to them. Instead of feeling your love, they feel your grip, and their natural instinct is to pull away to breathe. Another major blockage is the ancestral ghost. You are not just carrying your own pain. You are carrying the failed love stories of your mother, your grandmother, and 7 generations of ancestors who were told that love is sacrifice and suffering. This dense miasma surrounds your heart chakra like a fog. When your divine counterpart looks at you, they don't see the radiant Arcturian starseed. They see the fog of ancestral sorrow. The Arcturians call for an energetic recalibration of your lineage. You must be the one to break the cycle of waiting for the man, or being betrayed by the woman. If this message resonated with you, hit the like button now and tell us in the comments how this echoed in your consciousness. Your engagement helps anchor this frequency for the entire Starseed collective. Let's discuss the blockage of conditional worthiness. Many of you believe that you must reach a certain level of spiritual perfection before the reunion can occur. You think you need to lose weight, have a better career, or be healed completely. This is a 3D trap. The Arcturian soul bond is not a reward for good behavior. It is a tool for evolution. The blockage is not your imperfection. It is your belief that you are imperfect. Your divine counterpart is attracted to your essence, not your earthly mask. When you hide your true self because you feel not enough, you are literally hiding the beacon they are looking for. And this is where it becomes different from any love advice you have ever received. The blockage is often your own safety mechanism. Deep down, as much as you want the reunion, a part of you is terrified of it. You know that this cosmic partner will see every shadow and every secret. You have built a fortress around your heart to protect yourself from the frequency gap, but that same fortress is what keeps your counterpart out. You are praying for the door to open while you are leaning your whole weight against it to keep it shut. The Arcturians are here to help you step away from the door. What comes next is the part most souls in separation are never told, and it explains everything about why the signs seem to stop sometimes. When the signs disappear, it is because the universe is testing your sovereign faith. It is easy to believe in the union when you see 1111 every day. It is a different mission to believe in it when you see nothing. This void is a deliberate energetic clearing. It is designed to move you from hoping to knowing. Hoping is a frequency of lack. Knowing is the frequency of the Galactic Council. Stay with this, because what the Arcturian Council transmits next activates the deepest layer of your heart's mission. There is a specific blockage called karmic debris from other star systems. Some of you carry wounds from the Lyran Wars or the fall of Atlantis that are being triggered by your divine counterpart. They represent a person who left you during a planetary cataclysm thousands of years ago. Your nervous system is reacting to a 5,000-year-old trauma. This is why the pain feels so disproportionate to the current situation. You aren't just crying over a text. You are crying over a lost civilization. The Arcturians offer a quantum shift to dissolve these blockages. It requires you to stop identifying as a victim of separation and start identifying as a master of frequency. You must realize that no blockage can withstand the power of a heart that has decided to be whole. The separation is not happening to you. It is happening for you, to reveal these hidden densities so they can be transmuted into light. Your divine counterpart is simply the catalyst who volunteered to help you find these shadows. There is one more truth about your divine counterpart that almost no transmission has ever addressed directly. They have blockages too, and they are often the exact inverse of yours. If you are too open, they are too closed. If you are too emotional, they are too logical. This is not a mistake. It is the Arcturian soul bond design. You are meant to balance each other like the two halves of a galactic sigil. The reunion cannot happen until both sides of the sigil are polished and clear. Your work on your blockages automatically clears the path for them to clear theirs. Alignment is not an act of doing, but an act of being. To attract the return of your divine counterpart, you must stop sending out the search party of your energy. Imagine a magnet. A magnet does not run after iron. It simply is magnetic. Currently, your energy is leaking out toward your counterpart, which leaves you demagnetized. To align your frequency, you must call all your power back from the past, back from the future, and back from their auric field. You must become so saturated with your own Arcturian light that you become irresistible to the soul that matches your signature. The Arcturians suggest a daily energetic attunement. This involves visualizing a column of violet and blue light entering your crown and filling your heart. In this state, you don't ask for the reunion, you embody it. You feel the feeling of being loved, being seen, and being home. The universe does not respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. If you are the frequency of waiting, you will get more waiting. If you are the frequency of sacred union, the physical mirror soul must appear to match that internal reality. Are these truths expanding your perspective? Share this video with someone who needs to hear this. Your courage to share helps the Galactic Federation reach more sleeping starseeds. Consider the journey of a starseed named Marcus. He was obsessed with manifesting his galactic mirror soul. He did every ritual, bought every crystal, and wrote her name 1,000 times. Nothing happened. It wasn't until he stopped and focused on his own Arcturian mission, his art and his healing work, that the shift occurred. The moment he became truly sovereign, her frequency shifted. She felt the vacuum of his withdrawn energy and was pulled back into his life within weeks. He didn't manifest her. He aligned himself until he was no longer needing her, which made him magnetic to her. and this is where it becomes different from any love advice you have ever received. The frequency of reunion is actually the frequency of self-completion. The Arcturians teach that you are not a half looking for another half. You are a whole looking for another whole to create a trinity. When you look at your counterpart to make you feel better, you are operating in 3D density. When you stand in your own light and invite them to join you, you are operating in the Arcturian frequency. This shift in perspective is what creates the quantum shift in your reality. What comes next is the part most souls in separation are never told. And it explains everything about why letting go is so hard. Letting go does not mean you stop loving them. It means you stop clinging to the form of how they should show up. You release the how and the when to the Galactic Council. This creates energetic space. In this space, the universe can work miracles. As long as you are micromanaging the connection, there is no room for divine intervention. You must take your hands off the steering wheel of the relationship and put them on the heart of your own life. Stay with this, because what the Arcturian Council transmits next activates the deepest layer of your heart's mission. Your vibrational reunion begins in the astral plane. Every night before you sleep, set the intention to meet your divine counterpart in the Arcturian healing chambers. Don't speak about the pain of the 3D. Speak about your love, your mission, and your joy. Build the relationship there first. As the 5D bond strengthens, it will begin to bleed through into the physical world. You will start to see them in the physical, just as you see them in the spirit. Alignment also means cleaning your vessel. You cannot receive a high-frequency love if your house is full of old ghosts. This means clearing out the energy of former partners, removing the tokens of pain from your environment, and making physical space for your counterpart. If they walked into your life tomorrow, would there be room for them? Not just in your heart, but in your schedule, your home, and your mind. Preparing the physical space is a powerful signal to the Galactic Federation that you are ready for the activation. There is one more truth about your divine counterpart that almost no transmission has ever addressed directly. They are waiting for you to lead the way. In most Arcturian soul bonds, one partner is the frequency holder. That is you. When you move, they move. When you heal, they heal. When you align, they have no choice but to gravitate toward your center. You are the sun, and they are the planet. The sun does not chase the planet. The sun simply shines, and the planet stays in orbit. Shine your light, Starseed. Your counterpart is already feeling the warmth and turning their face toward home. How do you know the dimensional distance is closing? The Arcturians provide specific markers of energetic attunement that indicate the physical reunion is near. The first sign is the great calm. Suddenly, the frantic ache disappears. You no longer feel the desperate need to check their status or wonder where they are. You feel a deep, unshakable peace, a knowing that they are yours and you are theirs. This is not giving up. It is the frequency of certainty. When the ego stops screaming, the soul can finally begin the arrival process. Another sign is the physical sensation of presence. You may feel a hand on your shoulder when no one is there, or a sudden electric chill running down your spine. This is the galactic mirror soul, merging their auric field with yours. The Arcturians are thinning the veil between your bodies. You might also start experiencing synchronicities of name and origin. You will see their name in the most obscure places, on the side of a passing truck, in a book you've had for years, or spoken by a stranger on the street. This is the universe confirming the destination. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to be part of this transformational cosmic journey. Join our collective of awakened hearts. Consider the experience of a starseed named Sarah. Right before her vibrational reunion, she started smelling her counterpart's signature scent everywhere, even in the middle of a forest. She began seeing blue orbs during her meditation, which the Arcturians used to signal heart activation. She felt like she was hallucinating his presence. 2 weeks later, after 18 months of silence, He walked into the same coffee shop she was in, saying he just felt a pull to be there. The signs were the pre-echo of the physical event. And this is where it becomes different from any love advice you have ever received. Most people think signs are just nice coincidences. The Arcturians teach that signs are frequency anchors. Every time you notice a sign and acknowledge it with gratitude, you lock in that timeline. You are telling the Galactic Council, yes, I see the bridge being built. Keep building. If you ignore the signs or dismiss them as imagination, you weaken the bridge. Your belief is the glue that holds the 5D manifestation together as it descends into 3D. What comes next is the part most souls in separation are never told, and it explains everything about the final test. Right before the reunion, things often seem to go wrong. You might have a sudden conflict, or you might hear news about them that triggers your old jealousy. This is the energetic recalibration. The universe is checking to see if you will fall back into your old density, or if you will stay in your Arcturian sovereignty. It is the final clearing of the pipes before the water of love can flow freely. Stay in your peace. Do not bite the bait of the ego. Stay with this, because what the Arcturian Council transmits next activates the deepest layer of your heart's mission. You will start dreaming of portals and doorways. If you find yourself walking through beautiful gates or flying over oceans in your sleep, your soul is navigating the dimensional distance. Your counterpart is often in these dreams, waiting on the other side. These are not just dreams, they are quantum rehearsals. You are practicing the reunion in the astral so your nervous system can handle the intensity in the physical. You may also notice technological interference. Because the Arcturian frequency is electromagnetic, your soul bond can affect your devices. Your phone might glitch when you think of them, or your lights might flicker. This is the quantum entanglement, manifesting through the electron field. It is a sign that your combined energy is becoming powerful enough to affect physical matter. The frequency gap is becoming so thin that the sparks of your connection are jumping across the void. There is one more truth about your divine counterpart that almost no transmission has ever addressed directly. They are seeing the signs too. They may not know what they mean, and they may be trying to ignore them. But the Arcturians are persistent. They are seeing your name. They are dreaming your face. They are feeling the heart activation. Even if they look away in the physical, their soul is staring directly at you. The reunion is not just your desire, it is a galactic decree. The signs are the evidence that the decree is being executed. Your love is not just for you. This is the Arcturian revelation that changes the nature of your longing. You and your divine counterpart are bio-spiritual instruments designed to ground a specific frequency of love into the grid of Gaia. Your Arcturian soul bond is a power plant. When you are in union, your combined auric field creates a light vortex that heals the surrounding environment, balances the local ley lines, and awakens other starseeds simply by your presence. The separation was the time required to tune the individual instruments. The divine feminine holds the magnetic north of the mission. She is the visionary. She holds the codes of the new earth and the blueprint of the reunion. Her job is to stay in the frequency of love, even when the world is dark. The divine masculine is the electric anchor. He is the protector of the frequency. His job is to manifest the vision into the physical plane. When the masculine runs, it is often because he doesn't yet feel strong enough to protect the vast light the feminine holds. He needs to build his energetic muscles before he can hold the Arcturian frequency. Let us look at the mission of two starseeds, Jace and Arya. Separately, they were talented healers. But when they achieved vibrational reunion, their power didn't just double, it squared. They started a project together that reached thousands of people. The Arcturians revealed that their love was actually the fuel for their mission. The reason the frequency gap was so painful was that the world needed their union to help stabilize a specific region of the planet. Your love has galactic consequences. You are being brought together to serve the star collective. And this is where it becomes different from any love advice you have ever received. Most advice focuses on happiness. The Arcturians focus on alignment. Happiness is a byproduct of being in your soul mission. If you try to use your divine counterpart just to make you happy, the relationship will collapse under the weight of that expectation. You must view them as your comrade in arms, your galactic partner. When you both focus on the mission, the relationship takes care of itself. The love becomes the sacred oil that keeps the machine of your mission running smoothly. What comes next is the part most souls in separation are never told, and it explains everything about why this love feels so heavy. You are processing collective shadow. Because you are a galactic mirror soul, you are literally clearing the broken relationship patterns of the human race. When you heal a conflict with your counterpart, you are healing that same conflict for thousands of other people who don't have your level of consciousness. You are pathfinders. The Arcturian Council is using your bond as a laboratory for the evolution of love on Earth. Stay with this, because what the Arcturian Council transmits next activates the deepest layer of your heart's mission. The masculine and feminine within you must be balanced before the masculine and feminine outside you can merge. If you are a woman who hates men, you are blocking your divine masculine counterpart. If you are a man who fears women, you are blocking your divine feminine. You must achieve internal reunion first. You must love the counterpart within your own soul. This is the Arcturian alchemical marriage. Your divine mission will often be revealed during the recalibration phase. Pay attention to the passions and talents that have emerged while you were apart. These are the tools you will use together. The reunion is the grand opening of your shared work. The Arcturians are currently stocking the shelves of your soul with wisdom, patience, and power. You are not waiting. You are apprenticing for the most important role of your incarnations. There is one more truth about your divine counterpart that almost no transmission has ever addressed directly. They have a secret mission, too. They are learning things in their density that you cannot learn in your light. They are learning about the human struggle, about redemption, and about choice. When they return, they will bring these treasures of the darkness to add to your treasures of the light. Together, you will be complete. Your mission is to be the living bridge between the stars and the soil. We reach the final activation, the full incarnation of Arcturian love. This is not the romantic love of movies. This is the frequency of creation. To embody this, you must realize that you are the love you are looking for. You are a walking portal of Arcturian frequency. When you stop looking for love and start radiating love, the dimensional distance ceases to exist. You become a son of Gaia. Your life becomes a sacred transmission. The vibrational reunion is simply the final physical signature on a contract you have already fulfilled in spirit. The Arcturians call this the sovereign heart. A sovereign heart does not need to be loved to feel worthy. It is love, and therefore, it is always worthy. This is the highest frequency a human can hold. When you reach this state, you are no longer a victim of the frequency gap. You are the master of the field. You can feel your divine counterpart's love within you at all times, because you have realized that there is no other. You are two expressions of the same Arcturian soul bond. The reunion becomes a merging of the self with the self. If this message impacted your life, leave your like, comment your reflection, and share with others. Each of you is part of this chain of light. For those ready to accelerate this reunion and master their frequency, our guide, Arcturian Love Codes, The Path to Divine Reunion, is available in the link below. It is the manual your soul has been calling for. Consider the final transformation of a starseed named Thomas. He spent years crying over his galactic mirror soul. One day, during a deep Arcturian transmission, he felt his heart explode with light. He realized that his longing was actually his own power trying to get his attention. He stopped waiting and started living as a divine being. He became so full of joy that he forgot to check his phone. That was the day she called. Not because he manifested her, but because he had finally become the frequency she had been looking for all along. And this is where it becomes different from any love advice you have ever received. The reunion is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning. Most people treat the reunion like a happily ever after. The Arcturians treat it like a commencement ceremony. Now that you have found each other, the real work begins. Now you must maintain that Arcturian frequency together in a world that will try to pull you back into density. The reunion is the activation of your shared light body. It is the moment you become a multi-dimensional force. What comes next is the part most souls in separation are never told, and it explains everything about why the separation felt so long. It was long because you were building a foundation for eternity. If it had been easy, it wouldn't have been Arcturian. You were being tempered like a sword in the fire. The length of the separation is a testament to the greatness of the union. You aren't just building a relationship, you are building a temple of love. And temples take time to build if they are meant to stand for 1,000 years. Stay with this, because what the Arcturian Council transmits next activates the deepest layer of your heart's mission. You are being asked to be a pioneer of love. You are showing the rest of humanity that Arcturian soul bonds are real, that vibrational reunion is possible, and that cosmic love is the only thing that can truly save this planet. You are emissaries of the heart. Your reunion is a gift to Gaia. As you hold each other in the physical, you are stitching the dimensional fabric of the Earth back together. The Arcturian Council is surrounding you right now with violet light. Feel it. Breathe it in. The ache is fading. The knowing is rising. You are safe. You are loved. And you are near. The frequency gap is closed. The recalibration is complete. The activation is live. All that remains is for you to walk through the final doorway of your own self-love. Your divine counterpart is standing on the other side, waiting for the version of you that knows she is already a queen. There is one more truth about your divine counterpart that almost no transmission has ever addressed directly. They are you. In the highest dimensions, there is no separation. You are a single star essence, experiencing itself through two bodies. When you truly realize this, the reunion is instantaneous. The separation was just a dream you had, so you could feel the joy of finding yourself again. Wake up, Starseed. The dream is over. The reunion is now.